Ever since you were just a little kid, you've been conditioned to be weak. Ever since you were just a little kid, you've been conditioned that you don't need to work hard enough. Ever since you were a kid, even in the most developed countries, you were still told to be weak. That you don't need to fight for your country. That you don't need to fight for anything. That you can have everything that you ever wanted. That you can live like a king. Where you don't have to do any of the work. Where you don't have to focus on anything else in your life. Where you can just lay around, play games, drink beer with friends, slack off, jerk off. What else? What else do people have fun these days? Drink, alcohol. You got the idea. When was the last time you've ever seen an actual, strong, positive, masculine man? When was the last time you actually saw this? You probably remember at least one person from school, maybe elementary or middle school. You remember this one person, he was like the fastest kid in class. He used to challenge everybody. He was like the strongest. He talks to a lot of people, has connections. But then you look at him now, he's a nobody. Right? Like, is it me or do I feel like I see a pattern here? The popular kid in school that used to be very strong, very attractive, had a lot of friends and groups who actually cared for him, ended up all alone in a job that he hates. Ended up unhappy and unfulfilled. And then he ended up killing himself. Brother, I don't think you realize what's even going on in this modern age. Because we've been conditioned and because we've been living in such easy times, we don't even feel like men anymore. We don't even feel like good, responsible, masculine men. When was the last time you went out with your friends to go and do something productive? And no, don't bullshit me with like, you guys hopped on Valorant and like start playing over there. Fuck no. When was the last time you actually had a very good story or conversation all together? You were sat down, there was foods, there was drinks. You had a meaningful conversation with them. We were like passing knowledge and wisdom. And now no one's even doing that. No one in this modern age wants wisdom or knowledge. Everyone wants to be alone. Everyone's acting as if they have it all figured out even though they're not. Yet they wish there was like at least some challenge ahead of them. But that's the crazy part, bro. We are not doing hard enough. We are not men enough in this day and age. There's an example I absolutely love that I learned like at least a year ago. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. This is a cycle of what's been happening. Let's say 100 years ago. No, actually, not even 100 years ago. 300 years ago. Strong times made strong men. Okay? And those strong men made a happy, good life. I mean, it should make sense. Strong men worked hard enough to give other people life as easy as possible. But then, a few years later, after we get what we desired, which is a comfortable, happy life, we don't feel as strong as before. We feel weak. We feel undisciplined. Society here is full of weak and undisciplined people. Every country craves strong people because without it, there'll be nothing. How do you think the United States got independence? They had strong people. They fought and fought and fought. They fought for what they believed in. And they struck harder than the last time they were falling. They were in hard times. And those hard times made them strong. Those strong people made a very good life. But because we've been indulging for way too much in this good life, we ourselves are not even strong enough. Just like I said, good times create weak men. And then we're literally, I think, at the end of the cycle. We are literally at the end of weak men create hard times. We are literally in the hard times. And once the hard times seriously and absolutely start, they will need men like us. Men like you and me. To lead, to conquer, to lead to victory. And do you know what's crazy about this? The moment we celebrate our victories, those people who were celebrating with us, those people who are going to celebrate our victory, are the same people who said we're fucking cringe, are the same people who told us to not work hard enough. And once the hard times actually hit, who the fuck are they gonna be calling? Are they gonna be in the fat 40-year-old who is undisciplined, weak, has very low testosterone, and never achieved anything in his life? Or are they going to call you the strongest person in your bloodline, the person with the highest testosterone, the person who can finish any task relentlessly? Who are they gonna call? This guy or you? Of course you. You're the strongest person here. You don't need to be strong. Those are the same people who said we need to kill strong men. Those are the people who say toxic masculinity is bad. What a fucking disgrace. What a fucking disgrace this is. Like, I can absolutely assure you that those hard times are actually coming. They're coming for us. And if we don't do anything about it, I'll just like straight be honest with you. If this country stays like that, full of weak and undisciplined people, especially weak and undisciplined men, I am very sure this country is gonna fall. I'm not even exaggerating it. I'm very sure in about 5, 10 to 20 years, this country will fall. They will fall because of the lack of masculinity. It will fall because of the lack of the strong men like you and I. Realize this now. Cultivate a better mindset about your future and the future of others. Protect the weak. Teach the weak. Inspire the weak so they can become like you. So they can become a very good example. Just like you showed them how you were a very good example. You have a very wonderful day. God bless you.